Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome you again to another edition of our Xenophobia News. Guys, let me know how the sound is coming out, because last time, apparently the sound wasn't coming out properly. So let me please know before I keep going without fixing the audio if there's any issue. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to examine how South Africa shut Nigeria down, like Nigerian propaganda. Because as you guys know, this xenophobia, thing that we've all been hearing about, this is not something new. We've been hearing about this for a few years now. But for the most part, to be honest, it is Nigerians that are loud about it, and every single time they would say things like, "Oh, we helped South Africa," as if like, okay, let's say you support in solidarity, but that doesn't mean you move in, and they are not the only country that stood with South Africa. Because the way they say it, they make it seem like, in fact, they were the arm wing of, Mkoto Sizwe. Like they literally sent Nigerians into South Africa to help, the arm wing of the ANC to carry out, their targeting that they were taking place in South Africa. But that's besides the point. Regardless, many, like let's say in 1960, that's when Nigeria, received its independence. And during that time, the apartheid, white government was in charge in South Africa, because they came to power, I think, 1948 to 1994. So when you look at it, during that time, because from 48 to 60, that means Nigeria was still under colonialism. So was many African countries. So it makes sense to understand that the newly independent Black African nation of Nigeria will not have any diplomatic ties with the white minority rule apartheid government in South Africa. So that makes sense. So naturally, because black South Africans and Nigerians had a struggle together, which is they didn't want to be ruled by a white minority. So colonialism in Nigeria and in South Africa basically is a form of colonialism. So fast forward, right? Because I heard the Nigerian foreign minister try to use emotional blackmail against the South Africans by like you want to listen to both sides of the story. So since these people are the ones saying they don't want you around, we got to hear what they got to say. So the South Africans are saying, no, these people are committing crimes in our country, criminality. They are selling drugs. They are doing Yahoo and various other things. That's what the South Africans are complaining about. So I followed the pattern. I kept following the pattern. And I noticed the Nigerians, no matter what, even their parliament, you follow the news sources, Nigerian news sources, none of them would ever address that. And another thing they do, which is so crazy, it's really crazy and unfair to like Nigerians who are not, engaged in illegality. For instance, if a Nigerian is caught selling drugs, a Nigerian drug dealer, you bring this up to Nigerian, even their media, and say, okay, Nigerians, they are committing these crimes, they're selling drugs. They would say, why are you focusing on the drug dealer? We have doctors. You see how selfish that is? So now we understand every society, they have criminals and non-criminals. So when criminals are caught, why are you trying to put the criminal and the legitimate people in the same box? If they are telling you these people are drug dealers, they just happen to be Nigerian, why are you talking about Nigerian doctors? Why? Do you guys see how selfish that thinking is? So pretty soon, you would notice then people would get curious and be like, why do these people keep saying this? They would say, doctor. Then people start going and looking at those people. You look at the numbers. So I did my research to check the numbers because when you hear the Nigerians say it, you would think that, Nigerians are the only doctors in South Africa. So in South Africa, they have about almost 50,000 trained medical specialists in South African trained. They have doctors, almost 50,000. Amongst those, what the numbers show, they said about 500 are Nigerians. You see? So after the apartheid era, because back then, Nigerian professionals went to South Africa, which is true. Some are doctors, some are teachers. They went there to South Africa. So that's the skills that they needed. But over time, the Nigerian that is coming there is different from the professional class. And the South Africans are able to separate those two classes. But yet the South African, they keep gaslighting and saying the South Africans are saying all Nigerians. But it's not. So we're going to examine, are the South Africans just picking on the Nigerians? Or they do, in fact, have legitimate reason. I get it. People want this quote unquote black unity. But you see, South Africa also made a big mistake. They have Ubuntu. They are coming from a place of saying, truly, we all have to come together as one. But what South Africa doesn't realize is it would be hard for them to unite with other African nations. They have to take charge as the big dog. What do I mean? Nigerian system, I mean, I would say West Africa, most of those countries, but Nigeria especially, I mean, let's just be honest, it's a banana republic compared to South Africa, which is why more Nigerians are willing to leave Nigeria to South Africa. And what do I mean? Because South Africa is more organized. You know, law and order works over there better. But now if you got people coming from Nigeria to South Africa for greener pastures, but then they want to turn the place into Nigeria, the South Africans are not going to accept that. So it turns out majority of even the immigrants, Africans, are not Nigerians, but it turns out they are the loudest. And you are about to find that out here. So let me show you during these, when they gave the Nigerians the deadline to leave South Africa, right? So there was a lady that presented herself as a journalist, Nigerian. But I don't understand what kind of journalism she was doing. You would think a journalist, a smart journalist, would want to provide real information to her people so that they know what is going on. But she let her ego control her. She kept spewing propaganda, and she decided to go to South Africa. She demanded that South African apologize to her, to Nigerian people, because a South African minister said, in fact, because the South Africans were saying Nigerians are committing crimes in South Africa. They are saying they are drug dealers, and they said they know where majority of them are concentrated at. So the South African minister was giving a speech and said in this speech that, in fact, they are going to urge people to show them where the Nigerian drug dens are. So, mind you, the South African minister is responding to the citizens of South Africa. So this journalist, quote unquote, comes all the way from Nigeria to South Africa. Instead of looking into, going into the community, interacting and seeing what is really going on, on the grounds, so she can bring real information to these Nigerian people. She didn't do that. She thinks, she's owed something. Let me show you her interaction with the South Africans here. Give me a moment. Okay. So here's the journalist. I'm going to play her interaction here in this press conference. So I want you guys to pay attention. If this is a journalist or somebody trying to lecture a group of people who are in charge of their country, by the way, she wants to lecture to them instead of, being on a fact-finding mission. Here we go.
There will be no apology. Acting Police Minister Firoz Kacheli acknowledged the journalist's frustration, saying, "I can hear your anger," while urging the journalist to provide evidence to support the cases raised. Stay with us as we unpack this developing story.
Quite urgently. Madam Minister of Justice, that is a quote directly, and that quote was made by your colleague a week ago at some briefing. I can't remember which one it was in particular. And again, I have to reiterate, given the close relationship with our two countries, given the sensitivity of the time right now, given the fact that everybody, and I believe everybody in this room and on that panel is...
So this is supposed to be the journalist, right? So she's trying to, lecture to these people, pointing her finger, the arrogance. Mind you, she's speaking to South African ministers. So she wants to use emotional blackmail, talking about relationships. Instead of getting straight to the point, she's not doing this. And in fact, people like her are the ones doing the Nigerians a disservice, because I don't know if you're sharing information in a bubble, right, amongst just your people, you all laugh about it. Sure, to you guys that might look like it's real, until you step out there and try to implement that with the rest of the world. Then you would find out, no, that's not how things really work. So instead of addressing or getting more information on why the minister said that, she wants to lecture to them, to tell them how they should apologize to Nigeria. But here we go. Even though they did not say all Nigerians are drug dealers, but now she is going to include all Nigerians in this.
Doing their very best to douse the tensions, given the work that you, Madam Minister of Justice, has done to actually douse the tensions. I remember seeing your press conference about South African artists having their work cancelled, being booked abroad and being cancelled, and trying to calm everybody down. Given all of that, indeed, given that President Ramaphosa has also done his best to douse the tensions. Again, I will come back to Madam Minister of Justice and Minister of Presidency. Do you think the statement you made, and if you want me to read it again, I will, is helpful to your country, to your president, to the works that your colleagues have been doing, indeed to the works that everybody here has been doing, to the works that the NGO have been doing? I interviewed Mr. Baloy a week ago.
So you guys seeing even the body language, the mannerism, like this woman is not reading the room. She totally lacks self-awareness and situational awareness. She doesn't even realize how arrogant and belligerent she is. So think about it, right? In the midst of South Africans saying the Nigerians must leave their country, the same things that they're accusing the Nigerians of. And here is a Nigerian media person displaying the same exact behavior. So do you guys see how things are getting worse for Nigeria? Because you see, people like her are supposed to be the representatives. When they display the same behavior as the people that the South Africans are speaking of, do you think they would take you guys serious? No, because they are dealing with people like her. They can see how irrational and arrogant she is. So here we go.
June, when I was here, the good work that he's been doing, and indeed the work everybody has been doing to ensure that we find a collaborative way beyond this moment. Do you think making statements like that is smart? And again, I ask, would you like to apologize to Nigerians? Because I'm a Nigerian sitting in front of you, and I can assure you that I don't do drugs. Neither does my father, neither do my friends, neither, in fact, the vast majority of Nigerians.
Do you guys see this? Do you guys see how ridiculous this woman is? And they said she's a journalist. Guys, have you ever seen a journalist ask such type of ignorant question? So she flew from Nigeria. If they're talking about drug dealers in South Africa, some Nigerians that are there that are drug dealers, why would you that flew in as a journalist trying to fact find include yourself part of that to say, oh, in fact, I don't do drugs? No, they're not saying those people are doing drugs. They are drug dealers. You see how she's muddying the water? Is called white lie. She's distracting people from focusing on the actual issue, what the South Africans are saying. So she throws herself in to say, oh, I don't do drugs, my family don't do drugs, when she knows they were not talking about her and her family, or saying it's all Nigerians. You see, she should be the one apologizing to Nigerians for bringing Nigerians into the mess. But for her own selfish agenda, she brought her entire country, including her own family, into something that they are clearly not talking about them. Because she don't live in South Africa. She doesn't work there. She just came there to, quote unquote, fact find. But this is her fact finding mission. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Nigeria.
Nigerians here are doctors. Let me finish, please. I've asked the question, but I have to state this. Nigerians are doctors. Nigerians are immigration lawyers. Nigerians do all sorts of other things. But you chose to talk about drugs. Why?
Because drug dealing that's what is negatively affecting the people. Like, is this lady for real? So even her body language shows she cannot even self-control. She is angry. She thinks the truth is on her side. So do you see the service she did for Nigerians? Instead of this lady going there to find the truth and then going back and telling Nigerians that, hey, this is what and what I found. This is what and what the South Africans are saying. So here is the story. This is what is causing ABCD. But no, she says she's demanding apology, because how dare the South Africans see Nigerians who are drug dealers in South Africa? How dare they acknowledge and say these are Nigerians, when in fact they are Nigerians? What, she wants them to pretend and say they are doctors if they are not doctors? This is crazy.
So I put my hand up.
No, they will call for the hand.
That's fine. I put my hand up.
I'm going to appeal to you again.
I am
To
being...
respect me as the Minister of the Republic of South Africa. Please.
So she is trying to argue with them, you see? So, all right, let's see. Musa, welcome in the house. Charlie, Red Illusion. Sam Seals. Sam Seals, welcome. It's been a minute. Here we go. Sam Seals is obsessed with my hair. He said, you could cut that shit off your chin to glue to your hairline. Your hairline is hanging on for dear life. Thank you, Sam Seals. Thank you. But yeah. So now she is, acting out. Imagine flying all the way from South Africa. You're supposed to be rational and a journalist, and you can't even comport yourself. They are telling her to calm down before they kick her out.
You are here to interact with us. Please, we are appealing to you. So, the chair of the session will call another round of questions where you can take your more questions. We are currently answering. Now, when you disrupt us while we are answering your question, it's not helpful at all. And I want to reiterate the appeal, because South Africa has not.
So you guys see that, right? So, for example, someone like her would be like, oh, the South Africans are mean whatsoever. But she's clearly disrespecting them. So now we're going to move forward because she's very offended by what the South African minister said. But now we're going to find out if, in fact, the South Africans are just saying this because they are just xenophobic, they are targeting Nigerians, or this is, in fact, true or not. But before that, in another story, so even though this is going on, a Nigerian popped up out of nowhere. This guy recorded himself, mind you, recorded himself mocking, laughing, and disrespecting the Zulu culture. All of us here people that are African, you know this for a fact. Any country in Africa, their culture and tradition, the tribes, all of us, people do not joke around with that. People do not go disrespecting other people's cultures. But the Nigerians are doing this to the South Africans. In fact, there is an entire niche since this started. They are mocking the Zulu culture. How do you guys expect Pan-Africanism to ever happen? Those of you that speak about Pan-Africanism. So let me show you while this is going on, a Nigerian guy thought it was funny to mock South Africans. Here we go. Recorded himself and put it in social media. Nobody did this to him. He did it himself.
Yes, sir. I'm not going back. You're not going back in the Maybach. I'm in the Maybach. You're not going back in the Maybach. It's bouncing. That's right. You see? I'm a hamburger. Okay.
So did you guys see that? So this guy, a Nigerian guy, so when the march is going on, they're telling the people to go back to their country. He thought that was the best time to come and mock, the Zulu culture, disrespecting them. So now let's see, what this caused for this guy.
Living in Cape Town, who goes by the Instagram handle 4K Dynasty and describes himself as a travel agent and businessman, went viral on 5th July 2026 after posting a video from inside a Maybach valued at approximately 9 million rands, in which he wore traditional Zulu attire, joked about it with friends in a way South Africans described as deliberate mockery, and attempted to perform the Zulu warrior dance. The clip was shared by the account at Real Yobarnab on X and spread rapidly. Chukwudike and his friends were filmed chanting together before he stepped out of the Maybach and attempted to imitate the Zulu warrior dance. South Africans, particularly Zulu South Africans, responded with immediate and intense anger. The stunt was described as deeply disrespectful at a moment of already heightened national tension between South Africans and foreign nationals following the nationwide protests and the 30 June deadline. People online tagged the South African Police Service directly and called for his visa to be checked immediately. The story was picked up by mainstream broadcast media, with Newsroom Africa airing footage of Chukwudike wearing Zulu traditional attire as part of their coverage. Chukwudike posted a public apology on his Instagram stories approximately 20 hours ago, saying he had not intended to mock Zulu culture. Nigeria's government also formally apologized to South African citizens and to the South African government through the Nigerian High Commissioner following the widespread public reaction the incident generated. Chukwudike is not the only one. A separate video circulating on social media from account D-Squared13 shows a person in Nigeria inside what appears to be a shoe shop, dressed in Zulu traditional attire and draped in the South African flag, with those around them pointing out that the person is Nigerian. That clip is part of what has become a wave of similar videos mushrooming across social media. Nigerians both inside South Africa and back home in Nigeria treating South African culture and the current immigration crisis as material for entertainment and mockery. The question people are asking is a simple one. Why? Why at one of the most volatile moments in the relationship between South Africa and Nigeria, with repatriation flights still running, diplomatic tensions unresolved, and communities still raw from months of unrest, would anyone choose this moment to mock Zulu culture for content? What is perhaps most alarming is that the people posting these videos may not fully appreciate the consequences of what they are doing. Every video of this nature that circulates does not just offend, it inflames. It raises the temperature in communities that are already tense. It puts every Nigerian living legally and peacefully in South Africa at greater risk by association. The actions of a few people chasing views on social media have the potential to endanger thousands of their own compatriots who had nothing to do with it and want nothing to do with it. Several responsible Nigerian voices online have said exactly that, urging their fellow nationals to stop and think about what these videos are doing to the sake.
All right. You guys see that, right? So that journalist ignored all of this. I'm showing you everything I'm showing you so far. What kind of reaction does one expect from anyone, any country you go to? Like, truly, what are these people expecting to, what type of reaction are they expecting to see from the South African people? You're mocking their culture with this tension, happening. Nigerians that are outside of Nigeria, Ghana, are, pretending to be Zulus, mocking these people's culture, no respect. And then you turn around and say, we're all Africans. Are you guys seeing the problem here? Are you guys seeing the problem? So let me show you a quick video, because that lady was very upset. How dare the South Africans say Nigerians are selling drugs in South Africa? Well, let's hear from Nigerians themselves that know about South Africa. Here we go.
Stop selling coke. Stop doing bad business in South Africa. I made this video yesterday about Chika Ibe, who was tortured and later alleged that he was unalive by South African police because he refused to sign a confession papers, right? Now, some of you Igbo brothers, not all, some of you, your lifestyle in South Africa does not match your job description in South Africa. Some of you Igbo brothers in South Africa refuse to leave South Africa because you're selling powder substance, chalk or maggi, whatever you call it, Coke, but not Coca-Cola. Some of you Igbo brothers, Chika was an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo guy, so I'm allowed to address Igbo people. I'm speaking to Igbo people, not Nigeria now, because Chika was the third Igbo guy that have been unalived in South Africa in the past 2 to 3 months.
So, are you guys hearing this? Are you guys hearing this from the horse's mouth? But that woman came and sat. She had the opportunity to meet whole minister, cabinet members of South Africa. Then she goes lecturing to them, demanding that they apologize for daring to see that, they are Nigerian drug dealers. Now, this man right here in this video is speaking. He said he's an Igbo which is a group, a tribe in Nigeria. So apparently a lot of the people that, engage in this are from that tribe. So he said he's one of them from that tribe. So he said, to be honest, a lot of them are in South Africa selling drugs. He said they need to stop. He's a good guy because he loves his people. He's telling them the truth. Only the truth shall set you free. So he's telling them the truth. But I bet you they don't like it. And the South Africans are not going to pretend like they are not seeing this. And now they are determined to stop it. Like they are like, nah, okay. Because now the South Africans, you see, they are very strategic. I noticed the South Africans, they like to engage you. They like to solve problems through talking. They would not yell, they would not shout. They would tell you directly what the problem is, and they are open to hearing your response, give and take. And people that operate like that, you cannot scam them. I'm telling you, because they are talking to you. They're not going to stop talking, and they are not going to see things and pretend like they are not seeing it. No amount of shouting or gaslighting is going to stop them, as you can see. So the South Africans are like, okay, so we are dealing with a group of people who would deliberately ignore what we are telling them is the problem. They are going to fabricate things and put it on us, and they are mocking us. They want to deliberately disrespect us. Okay, fine. Now, we know what we are going to do. We're going to speak the language that they understand. So it's not that hard to know the language that the Nigerians are scared of, because they come online and say, oh, they're killing our people, they're beating them. So the South Africans are like, okay, that's what they are scared of. They are scared of the South African people themselves marching in the street, because you see the South Africans are way more patriotic than most regular African people. Like they would fight for South Africa. I mean, if apartheid is anything, because see, there are ANC, there are few leaders left, but the ordinary South Africans, they stayed. No matter what they face, they stay in their country. So people that are like that, they're not gonna allow you to come and do whatever you like. At some point, they are going to put a stop to it. And that's what you're seeing. And if you notice, the majority of Africa supports South Africa. If you don't believe me, I'm going to show you a video here of the president of South Africa, Ramaphosa, going to the AU summit. Because, Ghana filed case against South Africa. We're going to speak on that. And when Ramaphosa was there, I'm going to show you how he was treated like a full-on celebrity. Because Nigeria and Ghana think they can convince other Africans to isolate South Africa, but little do they know, all these countries are standing with South Africa. Because the people are tired, they are seeing the truth. I mean, how can anyone in their right mind defend people to sell drugs in another people's country? How can you even defend that? You can't.
The reason is not clear. Some of you Igbo brothers in South Africa, you claim that you own African shop. You claim that you own fish and chips shop. You claim that you own barber saloon shop. You claim that you're into real estate business. You claim that you're into clearing and forwarding. But your lifestyle does not match the lifestyle of anybody doing any of this. Some of you drive latest cars that only politicians can afford. Cars that medical doctors and lawyers may not even be able to afford in South Africa. That's why you cruise. Some of you live a flashy lifestyle. You live in a neighborhood that anyone that is running a fish and chip shop cannot afford. Not even a barbering salon can afford it. The locals know what you do. The police know what you do because they patronize you. You know what you do. And you are bringing shame, disgrace, bad name and reproach to other Igbo brothers and sisters doing legit business in South Africa and in other parts of the world. Some of you Igbo brothers, you can do better, honestly. And I'm going to say this because I have big mouth. Some of you Igbo brothers are also part of your problems in a sense that some of you are the one rating your fellow Igbo man out. Some of you, in some cases, some of you could also be the ones paying locals to unalive a fellow Igbo brother because business went wrong. It could also be possible. It could. I'm not saying it is. It could. Maybe. It's also some of you Igbo brothers that will also tip the police to go and search or bust some of your fellow Igbo brothers.
Are you guys hearing this? So this guy sounds like he's got the inside scoop and he is laying it out. And the way things are playing out, if you put 2 and 2 together, you don't have to be within the circle, but the way the guy is laying it out, that's how it's playing out. Because he said some of them are their own worst enemies. Like the guy, the video I showed, the guy that was mocking the South Africans, the guy was in South Africa, living his life. He could have continued living his life in peace and no one will touch him. But he decided to record himself mocking South Africans and posting it. I mean, why? Like literally, why? So the man is correct.
They're doing business together, maybe because of jealousy or business went wrong. That's a possibility. We have lost 3 Igbo brothers. The way they were tied was worrisome. It wasn't linked to the xenophobic attack. They get into Joe's shop. It was reported that Joe owned an African shop. In front of his shop, they poof him. Joe was not the only immigrant there. Joe was not the only Nigerian there. They just tied Joe in front of his shop, just like that. It's suspicious. So you can do better. Stop going to people's country. You are breaking their law. Some of you are Zaman. Some of you are doing all sorts of things. You are rubbing it on their face. Now then they patronize you. They know you more than you know yourself. Let us do better and be the best ambassador of Nigeria and the best ambassador of Igbo.
Yeah, you've seen and heard that. Let me play this one clip. And then maybe I'll open up the line. I want you guys to see the reactions from Nigerians, some of the Nigerians, you know, when they saw this guy's behavior.
I really don't know what is wrong with us Nigerians. Like, I just cannot explain. Defending Nigerians is the hardest job to do in this life. Why do you have to be so loud? Why do you have to be so loud? Especially when you have a questionable source of income.
So your hand is not clean. Your hands is not clean. And you are mocking people in their country. Eh? I really don't know why we Nigerians and you are just too loud. You are buying Maybach. And you are still mocking them in their country. And your hands are not clean.
Yes, sir. I'm not going back. You're not going back in the Maybach. I'm in the Maybach. You're not going back in the Maybach. It's bouncing. All right. You see? I'm happy. We are not going back. We just bought the Maybach. You just got the attention that you needed. You finally got the attention that you needed from South Africans. You're all over the news now. All South Africans know you. You know, you did this video the first time. You did the video the first time. South Africans ignored you. And then you doubled down the second time. This time we are in a...
So are you guys hearing this? So apparently this guy, this is not his first time doing this. He's done it in the past. The South Africans ignore him. But he didn't stop. He didn't stop. So here we go.
Who Zulu traditional wear from head to toe. And then you are singing, you are not going back. You just bought a mare bag. I really don't know what is wrong with us Nigerians. Like, I just cannot explain what is wrong with us. Defending Nigerians is the hardest job to do in this life. At this point, like, Jesus Christ. Why do you have to be so loud? Like, why can't you read the room? Why do you have to be so loud? Especially when you have a questionable source of income. If police catch you now, if police arrest you now, can you defend that your mare bag? What is your job? What do you do? Where is your business? Jesus Christ. You have succeeded in destroying your own life, bro. Just because of likes and comment clicks. You are not going back. You did it the first time. Second, wearing full traditional Zulu attire. Bro, is that not stupid? Can't God.
We are not going back. We are not going back. So your hand is not clean. Your hands is not clean. And you are mocking people in their country. I really don't know why we Nigerians, we are just too loud. We loud for everything. You know, we can't just stay in one place, without not being noisy. So that video I first saw, you're shouting, we are not going back, in the store trying to buy a car, that Maybach. So you let her buy the Maybach. Ha! And your hands are not clean. You are buying a Maybach in a country where out of 100%, in a country where 100, Jesus, out of 100%, even 80% of them can't even afford Camry, can't even afford Toyota Camry. You are buying Maybach, and you are still mocking them in their country, and your hands are not clean. They can't even afford. Oh my God. Even Toyota Camry, they can't afford it. Out of 100, 80% can't afford it in that country because they are lazy people. So your hands are not clean, and you are buying Maybach in South Africa, Maybach car. And the information reaching me now, they say they are looking for you in Nigeria. So you are a student. How can you leave Nigeria 2009, I 2004? You are a student. You have a club. Your source of incomes are not clean. And you are in another person's country. You are mocking them, even wearing their costume. At least even if you wear their costume, say that one is okay. But you showing yourself, mocking them with Maybach. Ha! Man, we Nigerians, See, we have village people are really doing most of us in this country. Why can't you just keep quiet? Mind your business. Now they have investigated you now. Your hands are not clean. And the EFCC in Nigeria now they are looking for you. Why can't you people can't just be low key and just like your hands are not clean. Now South Africa now they are choking me now in comment section now. Your people.
All right, you guys seen that the reaction. So now I'm gonna bring in Ola and St. James. Welcome to the Afridamus report. Ola, welcome in.
Yeah, thank you, Afridamus.
Thank you.
There will be a very big argument on this show, man.
Yeah. Ola, what do you think about what you are seeing?
Let me first of all go after this Igbo people, because when you talk about Nigeria, really, we are talking not the whole Igbo. Let me put it clear.
Well, that's what in the videos.
Yeah,
a lot of like those people, like the guy is saying, he keeps mentioning Igbo, even the South African. Yeah.
You see, the Igbo tribe, Igbo section of Nigeria, be very, very quiet for the sins of their people. Let's assume somebody went to South Africa. We know how the economic of that country is being run. Going there is not like you going to Europe, really, in terms of the money aspect of what you'll be making. Let's assume it was being let's okay, it was developed heavily by the white people that was there for themselves. But still, the money there is not that one like you live in America or Europe. You can make money whereby the money would double up in a way. But these people will come back to Nigeria heavily with kind of like a superpower money.
Oh, wow.
You know, they will live very large. Their houses are super big. They would tie the road, the whole compound to the road. There's no difference between, you would not even know the difference.
So,
But
like from South Africa?
Most of them come from the early 2000s to 90s. They were coming from South Africa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they were very dubious. You know, these guys, they hide it, what they were doing there. That's why some of the people were flocking to that place. You know, they were very dubious there. But it's hard time, I said it before your show, we Nigerians have to start calling the Igbo people out. Well, when your country be dragged into the mud, then you are not part of that nonsense. You call out the people that is doing this nonsense.
Yeah, but even like that journalist, I don't know if you know her, the one I showed. She is terrible at her job. She keeps trying to drag all of Nigeria into what these people are being accused of.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what she was, the way the minister was behaving. I'll get to that place after diamonds. What I'm talking first of all with this short time, this short seconds with the Igbo people.
Okay, go ahead.
You go to a place, they gave you, welcoming you to stay. You turn that place to be something like what the other guys are doing, you turn it to be something else, and you still making mouth there, showing up money. This is not the first time the Igbo people be doing this. It's our 90s. They will also they write phone number on on dollars to give phone number on dollars to give to get to call you.
So they like to show.
They will bring out a $100 bill, right?
Yeah.
Right. They will put their phone number or they say call me. And when these girls, see these things, some of them that are a little bit not so well to do, they will rush and call you. And other girls will start meeting. Then the guys will be. It is not all Nigerians anyway, but this set of Igbo, we need to call them out because you are tribalistic. No, man, you're destroying my name.
Yeah, because people outside of Nigeria don't know who is who.
You destroy my name. I have nothing to do with you. I don't live your kind of lifestyle. The money you love is not what. If I have little of my money, I'm okay. I don't need your junk shit money. Everything's about money, 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 money. Even in Nigeria, all these fake things they bring into Nigeria, they don't do it. Fake electric bulb that will just last for 3 weeks will blow up. So we know what they're doing even in Nigeria, what kind of stupid game they're playing. Let me go to the South Africa aspect. You see, now I condemn the Igbo, but let me go to the wrong of the South Africans also. The South Africans are hardly they even analyze a lot of Nigerians really, because Nigeria is not really into their midst like that.
Right.
Few of the Nigerians that are there, some of them, because what they hide in this kind of gated community. But what I'm seeing now, that if we refuse to speak out from it, I know there's countries, so there's a countries who don't like to talk too much. They just say, okay. But if we don't stop South Africa, especially this Zulu tribe, what they do to Angola, which is not even Angola, anything Angola, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Tanzania, because some of the mistakes, some of these people, because of the way they will look like, they are Nigerians, but they are not really Nigerians. If we take the way, even those that are just hustling just to make a living, the one might be that want to clean ground, they just unalive them like that easily. Everybody's keeping quiet. They started this thing 2008. That's when they started this thing. Nobody could put stop at that time because all of them they were quiet because South Africa want to take a role as a godfather of Africa.
But,
And let us handle it.
Ola, you know, like South Africa. Did you hear the results from the AU when the case that Ghana filed? Did you hear?
Yeah, look, yeah, I understand.
I'm going to bring the videos, and
yeah, okay.
You will see the African leaders. South Africa is now the undisputed king.
No. That we would. That's what we try to take away from their hand.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The other African countries, I'm going to show you. Other nations,
yeah, because
are gravity.
Look,
they all are with South Africa.
Yeah. Look, let me tell you this, Afrodamus. South Africa, right? Have in terms of West Africa as a whole, some of them are quiet. Some of them still like to maybe still think they can still go there, but there's nothing to go there for. But South Africa, we will try to take that, say, let's represent Africa. Let us handle this. That era is over for them. I don't think even any Nigerian leader.
Ola, what I've seen, I think, if you look at in the AU and what is being said there, that's bad news for Ghana and Nigeria.
Yeah, look. Let me just, this is what I try to tell you, right? They might pump some money there because this guy might be, this guy is he's not really a politician. So that's why even this guy that is speaking now, if you look at him, he doesn't have nothing to offer nobody. You understand me? He doesn't know what called the so-called Ramaphosa you're seeing now. He's a businessman, right? Also, so even when they analyze almost about 22 of his own people that were doing mining, he didn't speak even. So what do you expect somebody who come with money into that power to dethrone Zuma that does not really think that he will have anything to offer? But he could go to ICC for the Palestinian, right? For the Palestinian. He himself, right, is nothing to write about.
Yeah,
just for the analyzing of. See, I'm not speaking under, say, Nigeria now. How about the one that they have genetic connection? We as South Africa don't have no genetic affiliation at all. They're different people. That's one other Africa. This one say, oh, we are brothers.
Ola, if you look at Zimbabwe, right? Zimbabwe, they shot themselves in the foot. So South Africa have no obligation to allow them to come into their own to South Africa. They have, we've all seen what even Robert Mugabe, before he left, what he did to his own country. They attacked their economic base, which is the white people, and they drove their country down to the ground. So South Africa did not make them do this. They did this to themselves.
Yeah, so, Zimbabwe have learned the hard way. Yeah, and they will never allow that thing to happen again, right?
Yeah.
All those ones go and be buying houses. You see, the same thing in Nigeria, they will call you brothers, right? Let me just for 2 seconds there, so just to go on. Let me tell you this, Afrodamus. The South Africans will come to me, oh, we are brothers, come and they will give you a red carpet to be coming to their country. Nigerian politicians also do the same thing. They were stealing Nigerian money, go and buy houses in South Africa, or to knock in their head, right? Or till America started going and started going after them there. Then they run away from there. Zimbabwe have also learned a lot of things from this things also, that they fuck themselves up, fuck the economy up and everything, right? They have to now, if they can, I support Zimbabwe pay those white South Africans, those white Zimbabwe, because they are Zimbabweans. Pay them back to come back to your country, boom your economy up. You now know the boundaries where I'm your brother, rich. You understand me? Because South Africa could not help Zimbabwe for sanction. to stop the England. What they were having good connection with the England. Now they have a problem now with Donald Trump, because of subsidies going on there. So for me, they if they can let the other Africans live there. But for me, and to any Nigerian leader that then become the president of Nigeria, even take Tinubu out, South Africa is no good. It's Obasanjo that brought South Africa to us. Obasanjo. Nigeria never really to trust them. It's Obasanjo that brought South Africans to us. MTN, or the DSTV. We were saying, no, let us do this things ourselves. Obasanjo won banks.
Nigeria, like, truly, in this case,
Yeah.
are trapped because, they literally need South Africa. They need
No,
South
they don't.
African-
They didn't really need them. They
No,
didn't
I'm
really
talking
need
about-
them.
No, I'm talking about now.
No, but now we slowly, you see, even the ShopRite, we start slowly dismantling them. You understand me? Even inside Nigeria.
Yeah, but
Because it was Obasanjo, it was Obasanjo that brought these people to us. If Obasanjo won banks, not to borrow loan to Nigerian businessmen to start MTN, even to start DSTV, it take a lot of businessmen from back to encounter MTN by Globe, by Mike Adenugo. He's not the only owner of that business. It take also people from back to able to get to all kind of to do some network there. So we don't really need them. But now, because of their behavior, we already start dismantling them slowly. This one we will go faster with the DSTV and the so-called fake MTN that they brought to us. You don't treat people like that. We have a lot of foreigners in Nigeria, but we don't. If you make your money, as long as unalive people, we don't really give a damn like that. But we won't stretch also in Nigeria.
Did you hear what that Igbo guy said? He said that some of these unaliving, he said he believes it's amongst themselves there that put hit on each other. Because it makes them people that live this lifestyle. It's not only in South Africa, even in other countries, they tend to interact with themselves. They don't have much interaction with the locals unless if they're selling to them. But all their other dealings, they would deal with each other.
Yes, it's true. It's true. They're the ones.
Yeah.
You can say majority of their own problem there is by themselves also.
Yeah, within themselves.
Within themselves. And we also see that, Afridamus, I live in Nigeria, man. I know how these people operate. I'm not, I don't like their cycle. I'm not interested in really their cycle. In short, I don't really like some mentality of our black people. The way I don't like the women, also the way I don't like some of these boys who show money, who show you have to come to a place with a police escort and all this nonsense.
They do that in Nigeria?
In Nigeria. I don't like some of our boys' mentality by showing money. Because money, it will not last forever. Money is something that finished. If you don't manage it properly, the money will be gone. You feel me? Money does not last. You don't have to show money. There's other way to enjoy life than showing money. Let's say just to come in. I'll talk more. Thank you.
Go ahead, St. James. Welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thanks for having me tonight, Alphadamus. It's been a minute, man.
It's been a minute, indeed. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
All right. It's an interesting topic, and based on what I'm saying, that Nigerians themselves are now complaining about their own people's behavior, outside their own country, right? Which is a good thing, So I was part of a mini conversation whereby I didn't understand exactly the dynamic that was going on in South Africa, but taking a step back and watching everything and the situation that is happening, I feel like, as Africans, we have to be careful when we travel to other people's country. There's certain behavior that, for the most part, can be tolerated by the locals. But I do believe that, like what Kidola was saying, flashing money and
even mocking
their
culture.
Marking
James, that's a big problem in Africa.
absolutely. Marking cultures is not is nah. Marking culture will get you expelled from the country, right? It doesn't give you a sense of security. Once you get there, whether you like it or not, there are certain conversations you got to keep it in house, right? You keep that in house, but when you go outside, you try not to be too vocal about it. You understand? So these are the things that I've known. These are the things that help me travel abroad. You don't just go start talking about things that you don't know. But I'm happy the Nigerians are showing it. They're seeing it. Like you see that guy over there with the car made back and
Yeah, Mark. I
uh,
mean, what was he? Did you see the reaction in the other
yeah,
Nigerians?
yeah,
He can't believe it. He's
right,
like, my God, like,
yeah.
why do you have to?
Right
I
in the
mean,
midst of the tension, like
yeah,
I mean, it's not advisable. But I for them was man. Listen, I'm glad Kidola is saying it. I don't know if it's some people lack the social awareness, but I believe that for the most part, if you speak on it, a lot of people are going to catch up to it. Maybe that can help. But there are a lot of stubborn people. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to learn. I've seen in West Africa, I've seen certain behavior whereby I shook my head. I was like, you know what? This isn't becoming of Africans, but I don't know what to say. But some people love it. I'm not I don't walk around applauding people, flashing money, flashing wealth. That's not my, I don't, I'm not a part of that club. Whenever I see that, I'm like, yo, it's not for us to be doing this. I come from a humble situation. So yeah, this is not what we do here. Especially when you're outside, you're in a different country, you're hustling, trying to make some money, trying to earn a living. That's not what you need to be doing. Even when if you are successful, you gotta look out for your own community. You can feel like, okay, I'm untouchable, but you got other people that live there that are very vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? If you expose them by your behavior, then guess what happened to them?
no, but St. James, the crazy part in the
Yeah.
midst of
Yeah.
these people are saying, you gotta leave our country,
Right.
and they are accusing your group of
Uh,
everything.
right.
And here you come
Mhm.
recording,
Mm.
making a recording of this,
Mm.
mocking them.
Right.
I think this match started with what's the name? I guess there was like a man that declared himself a king
Again,
in
yeah.
in South Africa. Ola, do you know something about that? I think the same thing that happened in
Yeah,
Ghana. They did it
yeah,
in South Africa. That's what sparked this.
it happened in Ghana. Ghana now push it to South Africa. These things you see now, right? Let me just tell you the truth of the diamonds. Let's just go on. That's where I will start from. This
Yeah.
problem you
No,
see now, how this is back.
right. Are they community leaders or chief or what is that? I don't know.
But
What's the?
but St. James, even if they are
uh,
like they are
uh,
community, you come
uh,
as your group, right?
right.
I mean, like, you are amongst each other. Why do you have to make social media
Mhm.
videos to say you are establishing your kingdom in
Mm.
people's territory?
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
said. The
like what's
behavior,
going
right?
on?
That's what I say. The behavior is like when you, like I said, sometimes the locals will tolerate it to a certain degree, right?
No, but
And
but
then it becomes a problem.
that's
Yeah,
an invasion. You
I
see,
know, no, no,
see,
I know.
see.
Yeah,
It could be a test to see
right.
what they can get away with.
Absolutely,
If they let them get away with it, they would in
absolutely,
fact establish their own
absolutely.
little kingdom there.
Right, absolutely,
That's
absolutely. But you also have to look at it, right? Country like Ghana, right? If you're an investor, let's say you're a foreign investor, you go to Ghana, you see this, the very people in Ghana will crown you some sort of chief of something, right?
right.
So that's part of what they do in their own.
Yeah, but they crown
Right,
you.
right. They crowned you. Yeah, they
Yeah,
crowned you.
yeah. If
But
they
on the
crown
on the
you, no
flip side,
problem.
yeah, they
Uh,
crown
listen,
themselves in your country. It's different.
yeah,
It's very different. But Afrodamas, let's point out the fact that Nigerians are speaking on it. That's a positive thing. You know, It's very positive. It should lead to the right direction. So the more Nigerians that speak on it, the better the situation will be in South Africa and other places. You know, because they have the voice. That's their own people that know them. Like what Kidola was saying, I just don't want to pinpoint in a particular tribe because I'm not from there. But I'm just saying, most Africans tend to know these people when they're around them. The flashiness, the greasy talk, and yes, it comes from a certain group of people. So we have to really, I don't know what we do, educate them about, those social awareness. Like when you go to a different country, people may listen to you, but that don't mean they like it. That don't mean they like it. If things hit the fans, yeah, you're gonna get what you get in South Africa. You're gonna get that. So you can't blame South Africans for behaving a certain way. Although I'm not a fan of certain things, but I'm just saying I understand.
Keep talking. I'm just
Yeah,
grabbing something.
right. So it's like it's gonna happen. So I'm not. Yeah, South Africans, they did what they gotta do. Sometimes it's nasty, but I'm just saying if that can help everybody else, I believe it should. Right. So what's up, Kidola, man? It's been a minute, man.
Hey, what's up, my brother? A long time, bro.
I'm being good. I'm being good. I'm being good.
Sometimes I watch you in, Dinah's show defending your territory, man.
You know, I mean, you get it, man. You
I get, you have to do bad. You have to defend your territory for your territory to develop as you like it. You feel me?
Right.
I've been seeing some good things coming out of that place. I really praise the guy a lot.
Right.
It will take some time, but it will take a lot of determination.
Absolutely.
To do what he's doing. You get me? And because if you don't take a charge, there's people who want to slow you down. So as we say in Afro Diamonds and St. James, you see, Lagos, just like where the men go sometimes go the women also.
Right.
You understand me? Because before we be quiet, you're too tribalistic. You're too tribalistic. The Igbo king you seen. Let me go to that section of that so-called Igbo king. This Igbo king, the real king in their area, in the Igbo land, would have stopped this a long time. Because some of them will come to
in Nigeria.
Yeah, this title. Yes, this title they give it themselves. Nobody knows them from it. They're not being respected in their real area where they're coming from. And because in their own rules, in the area where they're coming from, they are more Republican in their mindset than really the so-called king they call themselves, or it's called Eze. It's like a head of a community, right? So the so-called corrupted into king came from the Igwe you see now, is being corrupted by the British. The really title of them is Eze. Eze is like a head. And some of these head have a lot of group of men that control this head. But they abuse these titles. The moment they go out, they make money. The richest among them want to be the head of them in that place. They then are giving themselves that title of Eze. And sometimes when they come back, when they're there, they pump money towards that guy. They're not elected as somebody will be ruling them, right? Because that guy is even richer than all of them already. So it's not like they just pick a low man to be their king in overseas. They have men who have money, and they just say, "Oh, you rule us," and they organize themselves there. So when this men come back to Igbo land, sometimes they won't also behave like a royal father also in Igbo land. Sometimes they'll be calling themselves, "I'm the Igwe of Japan." You see how that thing go? I'm the they call these guys. They already.
Hola, you Joe.
No, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth because we just get tired of this nonsense. Sometimes they come here and say, "I'm the Igwe of Japan. I'm the Igwe of South Africa, Cape Town. I'm the Igwe of Johannesburg." And these guys have huge mansions. These are not 3-bedroom apartment. We talk about that. These guys are mega mansions. Sometimes 4 mansions inside a very huge land size. You understand me? So when they come in as a they come in as a very powerful guys. You know what I mean? They have a lot of convoy that follow them. They sometimes don't want to even respect the real king of their territory. Every youth is flocked to them. May he go up Japan's around. He's throwing party, organizing football,
So wait,
organizing.
hola. So these guys, I see what they are doing. So they make money overseas, but they want to be able to come back to Igbo land, but they don't want to be under the king that is there.
Yes.
So they
yes.
they undermine the king by fighting hard to be Igwe, like maybe in South Africa.
Okay, yes. They want to be like the real Igwe, but they cannot be because they don't have the support of the people.
Yeah.
You know, that is that's what they don't near them.
Oh
So the real Igwe will be looking for the sideline, how these guys operate in his own land. Because it's part of their subject, right? They can't really do anything.
Okay, so if they come, if they refer to themselves as the Igwe, that could be a problem, meaning they're
yeah.
So now instead of that, they would just say the Igwe of Japan.
Where they're coming from. Those are the Igwe of Japan.
So
some of this king.
Wow.
Some of this king can also be bought by he come and pump big money to him, pay the normal traditional respect to him. So he somebody you buy, maybe a Mercedes Benz, you renovate his palace and everything. You don't say, but you just quiet, baby. People be praising him. You give him a very huge chief title. You understand me?
Wow.
So some of the Igwe never really like it because be Igwe is a traditional thing. It's not something you can just come and buy with money and start. And the youth, some of the youth, because he's giving money out to people, some of the youth will be praising him in social media, television. You see, this way, even now, because of what happened in Ghana.
Like, let's say that guy in Ghana, he's come out, he said now he's got a different title. So if he goes to Igbo land in Nigeria, they will have to acknowledge him as a
no. They will not even acknowledge him of nothing. He's nobody. He's nobody. He might come. See the way he talks. Sometimes the way
Igwe of Ghana.
That's what he was. That's how he was promoting himself before. Even when he went to Nigeria, he would wear this kind of like fake traditional that did not be given to. See, the real traditional king have that thing they put in their head is not what you go and buy in Chinese shop, right? That thing is different. That thing is been there for hundreds of years. These are the real gold or real diamond or something. They're very heavy. You understand me? His own is where he might be the one he went to buy in China. You understand me? They manufacture for him there. It's nothing. So what happened? Why the king of Igbo land put a law? Stop calling yourself this name. It's because of Ghana. Then I go after him. Say, hey, change his name. You cannot be. You are nobody, but you having like a chiefs under you. You have all this because you have a lot of money. You have a lot of money.
Okay, now I see why the Ghanaians have a problem with it. So he had chiefs.
Yeah, he have chiefs under him.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
And some Igbo people, never really like him. They say they don't know this man. This man is not representing them. He have a lot of investment in Ghana. He have a lot of money, so he can penetrate the power of being in Ghana. You understand? You saw him in some of these powerful occasions. He's sitting out there talking very arrogantly, like if it's really, because he just have money. To them, money. Look, money speak really in Igbo land. I swear to God. If you have money, you can call yourself the so-so one. You just give yourself a title, just like that. And to some of us that came from an area, which is apart from their area, for some of us that our traditional kings are heredity. If we speak, we listen, just like Ghana style. We don't just call ourselves chief like that. It's not. It's impossible. You understand me? And we don't just go to people's land and start building mansions where you forget your own place where you're coming from. You know, we always believe no matter what you have, it's okay. If that host you well, do if you come back home. You understand me? But this is the problem of when you like money. This when you like money too much. What I told you, I said I don't like Nigeria guests. People think, oh, if I don't like black guests at all. People, oh, why are you saying like that? I see what I see when I was growing up. If you don't have money, these chicks they don't follow you. You get what I'm saying? It might be everywhere, but I don't just like it at all. Somebody will say because you're nobody, you can't, have a life with it. That's why I reserve myself to total different type of lifestyle. I say the most is Afro Diamonds. Do you know somebody you'll be in a place, right? A guy will know that you are a Nigerian, right? He'll be coming close to you, thinking you're like the last Igbo guy that just wrote a number on a dollar bill.
Yeah.
Just for you to call him. So when you stand there, he just see your shape and see the way you look like, and you'll be guessing, who are you? They will know that you're from Nigeria. You'll be far more friendly to you because he want to benefit for what he benefits for the last guy. These are really, most of them are black girls, some of them from South America. You understand me? They like money a lot. You understand me? So, and you become ashamed. Sometimes, so even some white chicks will tell you, yeah, are you from Nigeria? So, yeah, I'm from Nigeria. Oh, there's one Igbo guy that was talking to me. He said he would buy me a lot of gold. He would send me money. Guess what that will mean? That means to say you flaunt your way to entice somebody, but you don't have the capacity to communicate with that person on one kind of a level. For that person to know you. Everything just money. You
So they want to buy their way.
In Nigeria, they buy their way. In Nigeria, they don't have communication. They buy their way through money. All the girls they carry, all those girls they're marrying, it's all for the money. They will pump money on you. They'll tell me your bill. What do you want? You want to chop money? I will give you money.
Wow.
In Nigeria, they buy their way. That's just the truth. There's no sugarcoating. In Nigeria, if you say an Igbo man will be thinking of money first before even thinking about dating again. Once that money comes and it's heavy, it will tell you, it will just tell you again, tell me your bill. It's not finished now.
Yeah.
Well, the South Africans are saying, Ola, they're no longer gonna put up with this.
So I have a question for Kidola. Do you know how many Nigerians officially how many Nigerians live in South Africa? Do you have an exact number?
They said I think about 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
There's even the fewer ones there because you need a visa to go there.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But
So out of the
but we will
30,000,
point
do you have
out.
an idea how many of them are legal, like officially legal?
Nah, we don't. You see, South Africa is a very corrupt territory. Also, you understand me? Let's just be honest. And how these guys go in and out sometimes baffle me. You know what I mean? Some of them might not even be legal, but they can buy themselves out of that place. So they make money. They buy themselves from the departure place. How the Nigerian criminals are going to South Africa? Well, we look for them in Nigeria. They're in South Africa. You see what I'm saying?
Know that guy, the Maybach guy. Did you hear what the Nigerian guy said? He said he's hearing that they are looking for him in Nigeria too.
Oh yes,
and
yes.
It's true because Nigerian government apologized to South Africans for that guy's behavior. So that means he is on their radar.
Where a lot they're looking for him. When you look for Nigerian criminals, you don't see them. You know they're in South Africa.
But how do they do they get visa on arrival, or do they go request a visa in Nigeria?
You see, they have money. That's why I said South Africa is a corrupt country. Also, the black people in South Africa are very corrupt.
So how do they initially get there? Like for the first time,
it's money. They will present a lot of money.
Okay.
When they present a lot of money, they will give them the visa. You understand
In
me?
Nigeria
You
or in
know,
South Africa?
in South Africa, in Nigeria, Nigeria can go to
Okay.
South Africa without visa.
Okay, so they
You know,
they get the visa in South Africa.
yeah, they get it. No, they get the
I'm
visa
sorry,
in
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria to get there.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. A
And
tourist
do you know
visa,
why
right?
Nigeria?
So for the most part, it's tourist visa.
Yes. And do you know
Okay.
why Nigeria didn't even fight for visa free to South Africa? Because Nigeria want that visa to be in there, so that these criminals their hand can get some of these criminals. You know what I mean? So they can catch these thieves. You understand? So it's not like we Nigerians, we don't like their conduct. We're looking to catch these guys. And when they come to South Africa, due to South Africa have asked people that live there, I say, how do you able to get access to these so-called South African women just like that? They tell me, look, bro, the black South Africans is not easy for them. It's not easy for them in South Africa at all.
But you see what? Okay, let's not even use the word easy, right? You go to a culture, right? Maybe the South Africa, they're not used to be spending that kind of money on their women because that's their women. They know their ways, but when you guys get there, you got drug dealers, you got all kind of people there flunking money on the women. Of course, the women's gonna gravitate towards Nigerians. Of course, in any society, if you have the money,
but it's like they're corrupting those people's society.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, it's going to happen.
It's
And
like when you corrupt a
yeah,
society, that's war. You are destroying. You're
their culture.
destroying their culture and the peace they have.
Yeah. After that, that's the reason I said. People say, "Oh, I said most black women can be corrupted easily with money." You understand me? I'm just telling you the truth. But if you cannot corrupt, let's say 95% of white men cannot be corrupted like that, because they will ask you, "What kind of job are you doing?" You understand? They will ask you, "Where do you work? What are you doing?" Because these white people are already advanced, the way they grew up, they have seen things and everything. They will tell you, "Are you genuine or not?" If you're not genuine,
the whites, they have a lot of social safety nets. In Africa, a poor girl who doesn't have that, you should come across a Nigerian who has a lot of money. She's not going to ask where the money come from. Our women sometime on the
yeah,
continent.
man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've seen whereby a black look. Let me tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I know what black American girl, right?
Right.
When I know this girl, everything was cool. What was she asking for? Money. If I can buy her ticket, if I can buy her shoes to party, right?
Right.
But because I'm not really into them really like that, I really shift out of their zone, And sometimes when they look at me very strange, like, man, I don't really have no time. But with these white women, why I said why they could corrupt South Africans like that, because the population there is blacks, it's the highest. Why they not corrupting the white South African women like that? Because they can do it. It's very difficult. Because forget those South African women have worked on their culture. They will, because they are men, and the way they grew up is they want to know what you're doing. What kind of job are you having? How do you make your money? In short, they will not even talk to you the first day. Maybe the second day they might ask you, "I see you. You want to show money? What you doing?" You understand me? So we have to come out as Nigerians to speak against these our brothers in that session, because if we don't do it, our day will be rubbish.
Yeah, and
Just
Ola,
if you check,
Ola, because I've seen in Nigerian social media what they are saying and about South Africa and the way the world, even out here, and you check in on other social media on the white Europeans and others, people support South Africa big time. They are like, this is what we should be doing over here.
yes,
Different countries are saying this. They said the South Africans, they know how to do it right. You see? So what Nigerians think people are against South Africans? No. They are not.
If we start putting boundaries, right? Let's assume, right, borders started going up, which is good, because that will maybe control the criminals. After that, let's assume like European Union right now, right? When they open the door for everybody, what called the European free movement, everything. Do you know a lot of criminals came from eastern part of Europe and flow into the western part and take advantage of the western part of system? Because the western part of system of Europe, actually, because everybody follow the rules and they far more advanced, so you don't really need know much because they will know everything about you. But the eastern part of Europe, European that came from Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, they start stealing cars from the from the western part of Europe, sending back to their places. You know, so all these things happen when you bring in less economical buoyant people into a very big, you know, setup like that.
Ola,
You know, so
do you know which African country are considered the biggest car thieves from South Africa? It's not even Nigerians.
who are the Zimbabweans, right?
Oh, let's forget it.
No, who are the
and also Canada, the biggest car thieves there.
The car thieves?
Yeah.
Well, you want us to
Ghana.
guess or something?
Huh?
You want us to guess or something?
Yeah.
Okay, it is a West African country?
Yeah, very unexpected.
Ooh.
Ghana, my brother is Ghana. Let me look. I understand. Ghana is very secretive, you know. That's why, you know,
Yeah,
now FBI is doing.
You know that Ghana is like I was surprised when I did the research and found that. Like,
Yeah, you know, but Ghana, our brother sister country, they will blame you and hide themselves. You see this thing. I see when Nigerians are speaking out now.
Kidola, I don't mean to cut you off, right? Stay on that. They will blame you and hide themselves.
They will blame you.
Don't you think this is about the time where Africans really need to come together? Because I've been noticing this a lot, right? I'll give you an example. Remember the time when some Anglophone country used to take shot at Francophone countries?
Yeah,
Okay, now you kind of see with time who's about it and who's not. You see, that's what. Thank you for saying that. After that, we need to have a show.
Yeah,
because a lot of Africans are in illusions of things that they don't know how to do, but they pretend they're the best at it, and that behavior doesn't advance Africa.
As you brought this topic against Nigeria, we will take it. We will say yes. What you can do, Ghana will just start insulting you. But we Nigerians, because we speak very loud, we criticize. I think the freedom to say if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. Why don't you just say it? You understand me?
I will credit you that Nigerians, they will take it. They will take it.
We will take it. I tell you,
they do.
It's true that our people, some of them ain't good for nothing. And we can see it also in Nigeria. It's not even the one they're dealing with outside, that even inside Nigeria, we start seeing some of these traits. How are they coming with this big money? How did they have this big money?
Right.
What are they really doing with this big money?
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
If you go to Ghana now, you know why they keep some Nigerian bloggers there? Some of this Igbo, they say Igbo people, they say they don't like Ghana. Because some of them have what we call Biafra. So say Biafra. That Biafra is anything to demarcate Nigeria is coming from Ghana. You understand me?
You mean like the Ghana people or the?
No, they are Nigerians.
They are hiding in Ghana.
They are hiding in Ghana. Some of them they are women, some of them they are men. Even this Igbo people who just praise Ghana continuously. Oh, look at Ghana school. Oh, this is different from from Nigeria, and they sought from there give Nigeria very bad names, but they had it in Ghana. They will ask Ghana if Ghana people are in Nigeria, they try to demarcate your country continuously. Why some of these people are criminals, but you start keeping them there because it's beneficial for you as Nigeria is being kind of like give a bad name, and the same people we're looking for, they'll tell you, we'll do this. Let me just tell you the truth, brother.
Like the regular Ghanaians don't want them there.
you know, bro, I can't really trust Ghana real like that because you see the problem with Ghana is
They protest all the time.
they protest yes. Let them drive. We wanted to drive these people out of that place because majority of them are criminals we're looking for. That's just the truth.
That's what the Ghanaians are saying.
You know, we're looking for majority of them. If they could deport them really bad, those bloggers, how we get to them, some of the criminals that they're hiding, how we get to them.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Ghana is so close. Why can't Nigerians send secret police and collaborate with Ghana and go pick them up?
Yeah, but there are some people that Ghana will help us to the most serious ones. You understand me? Ghana will cooperate, but there are some low ones we're looking for. Ghana will say they don't know where they are. You see the rate. You see, Ghana. You know, I don't want to criticize it, but Ghana have its own mark. Also, this problem you see now, right, is spread from Ghana to South Africa. Because come a time on this social media, Ghana was teaming up with South Africa to blast Nigeria. You understand me? You know, then come this xenophobia. That will break them apart. When the Ghana government.
Hola. I gotta ask you this as a Nigerian. I noticed the tension got quiet. Nigerians got quiet for a minute watching when Ghana was going at it with South Africa separate. But I've never heard Ghanaians and Nigerians officially say they are teaming up against South Africa. They didn't say it openly, but you know, kind of you support each other, but not openly.
We don't trust them. You know, we just have to fight our fight alone and look the way they operate. You understand me? Trusting them, you just go and stab yourself in the back. Just let them do their thing, we do our own thing. That's why I say Nigeria is not really. You see, they want to drag us into this South Africa problem, right?
Yeah, that's what you know. You Nigerian people, you guys are strange people, because you are in this fight, and then Ghana came with the fight, but you refuse to get into it.
No, we don't want to team up. They want to drag us into this mess. You understand? But Nigeria is trying to drag themselves into their own lane. Hey, this is our target. This is our goal. Stop this killing. You understand? Stop this unaliving. Ghana is going out of the blue. They went to AU. They went to ICC.
ECOWAS.
It just very quick, very fast, very fast. You know why you would have that would shock Nigeria. Oh, ICC, ECOWAS, to this thing now, AU. That shock us, you understand me? While we were trying to deal with the thing directly with the South Africans. You know what I'm saying? But Ghana, because of that, they are gold mine. They want to claim that gold mine. It was a source for them to claim that gold mine. Ghana escalated.
The South Africans got it back. They signed it.
They signed that gold mine?
Oh, yeah. They signed the contract. They renewed it.
Really?
Oh,
I thought they didn't sign it. You know,
look, they signed it. You know, like the South African foreign minister name, Roland Ramula. There's a reason why he went to Ghana. You know, these talks have been going on way before. See, the problem with, for example, like the Ghana foreign minister, like K. Mensah is saying, he thinks, you know, I think he's speaking for social media. I think the guy wants to be a social media star. Social media and the realities of how these things work are two different things.
Ghana is not superpower enough to encounter South Africa. You understand me? Ghana does not have the investment, you know, like to encounter. That's why they try to drag us into this nonsense.
Kidola, how many Ghanaians have been killed in South Africa? Do you have any number?
I don't. If might be very if might not even up to.
They have not shown any.
Do you know how many West Africans have been killed in the Sahel for the last 10 years?
It's a lot.
Have you heard
What
Ghana
about
trying?
Ethiopia?
Have you heard Ghana trying to come together with us so we can discuss these topics in the African Union and ECOWAS?
You ever talk about Ghana ever asking Nigeria?
Do you,
Boko
do you understand the
Haram doing in your
hypocrisy
country?
within Africans themselves that we can't even trust one another? Those are the
That's
things
what I'm
that
telling. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
those are the
Yes,
things that I watch on when people behave a certain way. That, you know, even with their neighbors, they don't care about your issues. You know, when it comes to them, they want to unite the whole of Africa. You know,
it's not good.
it doesn't work. It
Yeah,
doesn't work.
that's what I'm trying to say. See, when Tinubu misbehaved, right? The whole of the North came and said, "Hey, you're working for France." We don't hide it. He's the president. If you try yourself to start bringing troops to, especially the Northern, said, no, 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 no. The Igbo said, we're not going there because we're different from them. They will figure us out because we speak different language. The Northern said, we're not going to attack our causes. It's just straight and forwards. You understand me? We just knock that thing out. Tinubu cannot be disgraced. You understand? Up to today, Tinubu don't even bold enough to even measure Niger or Mali or Burkina Faso out of his mouth. He's dodging it. Sometimes secretly sending delegate there to fix things because they continue telling him you must have to fix it. But Ghana, in a way, pretend to support Burkina Faso. But for back, you know, you're telling American, you know, hey, this is bad. Russia is there. These people are bad people. But we have to look for it to overthrow them. We don't bother Burkina Faso. We bother Niger, right? America left Nigeria now because you know why? Because what they were looking for Nigeria were the base themselves within that area of Niger, Borno. They could not get it because of the elite in those zones. Tell Tinubu, if you bring them in, or you be intimidated to bring them in, take them back, ask them to leave. Guess what? When America left now, guess what happened? America now start putting tariffs on Nigeria's head. You know what I mean? They start out of the blue, but Donald Trump just introduced tariffs because the northern elite tell them to tell them to go. We'll fight this fight ourselves. We don't need them. You know, and yeah, that Christian killing of a meat
Is that
they started but didn't really buy
but
it.
Ola, you guys gotta do something about that Shegumi guy. Now he's saying Traore is a kid. Talk, you know, why should he talk about Sharia? But I'm gonna bring
Yeah,
that
because
topic also.
don't buy the Shogubi, where it's from in Borno State. If those people would have something, they would have even stopped Sharia like that also. You understand me? He's Sharia man, even in Kano, where they try to bring Sharia. Most of these places they try to bring that Sharia in, it's not even working anymore. Because
But
of this, they
Ola,
are bad because they cannot control these people.
Ola, but
So he come from the
Nigerian,
state that has the Sharia, right?
yeah.
He came from a state that have Sharia, right? But
How
the Sharia,
the state is doing? How the state is doing?
backward, and the states have abandoned the so-called Sharia because of the Nafanat is the thing bringing insecurity. You understand? And the people they believe. Look, if a Northerner believe Sharia in his mind, that's why if you deal with them something, they're very honest. You understand me? They're very, very honest. But they don't want to transfer Sharia because they're businessmen also. Most of them they like to trade. These are outside people. So they say it's affecting their business, it's affecting the way they do things. So in a way, Sharia by paper, but it's not really existing by on the ground anymore as compared as before.
Okay.
Oh, so Ola, like, let's say back in the day, if it's like when Abacha was in charge, right? These Nigerians that commit crimes in other countries, let's say South Africa and all these places, even if they commit the crime out there, would Abacha have requested to bring them and punish them?
Yes. Abacha, Abacha will take you very deep. You know, the man is it's a nice guy. People that met him, you know, Abacha is a very ruthless man.
So
you know,
all these Nigerians, these guys that are giving Nigeria a bad name,
it will catch all of them. He will say they are part of, you know, he will call them economical sabotage people. It will jail them 100 years.
That's the
really, a lot of
that's the
Nigerians.
best approach. That's the best
a lot of
approach.
Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians, even at that time, that was doing some of this trafficking, some of these things, you know, from that Nigeria Airways to overseas. If they catch you, Abacha catch you, you'll be saying 69 years, 100 years. You know, you gone. You're not coming out again. You know, things started going away. It was after the death of Abacha, the so-called Obasanjo that came to power. Obasanjo was good because it was one hand a little bit firm, the other hand, but it was when Jonathan really came that some of these things started breaking down. So when the Buhari tried to fix it, it was so too much difficult. You understand me? Some of them started running away, and some of them went to end up in South Africa. But some of these guys can't even go to Europe. But the money spent, it came during Jonathan time, whereby a minister will be going towards an appointment somewhere in South Africa or in Kenya. About 10 private jets will land similar at the same time. You know, Kenya started saying, it's only Nigeria say a minister is coming. 10 private jets will just come the same time. They were spending this money, wrecking this money, till today that we start seeing ourselves into a money fantasy. You get what I'm saying? Money fantasy. You know, when I mean,
is the government of Nigeria with what's the South Africa, like the immigration thing, and you know, some of the other countries that are having issues with Nigerians. Does the Nigerian government have any plan about tackling the immigration issue with
yes, yes. That's what Nigeria diplomat, even when Ghana was escalating, Nigerian diplomat was slowly going towards the corner, you know, going towards the back channel. You know, they even have something like, if you have a criminal, let's get a lot together. You can bring these people down to us. For those that have really genuine business, we can understand if they have documents to establish those businesses, you can, you know, let them stay. Just like you people have your own people here. You understand me? That was what was going on before these riots. You know, this Igbo, the king, came with this. Even Nigeria apologized for that Igbo king.
What does the Nigeria government have a law in place because whereby, like, if these, for example, because these people are considered Nigerian citizens, and they are going to countries and creating tensions and making it dangerous for Nigerians by their actions, why can't the Nigerian government arrest them?
You see, if they're not living in Nigeria, it's very difficult for you to arrest them. Only when you deport them back to Nigeria, right? Their hand can get into them. You understand me? Like some of them they deported from the United States. When they come to Nigeria, they don't just let them free like that. They start checking.
So when they deport them, they don't just go.
When they deport them, then they start seeing the crime that they committed. If they committed crime in America, like money fraud, then they start looking. If they send that money to Nigeria, it's also kind of like money fraud, right? Money laundering. You understand?
Okay.
Then Nigeria will not. Yes.
So I got you.
EFCC. Yeah, EFCC will not. They grab them, try to seize their money, try to seize whatever they have in the big cities. You understand me? Let them go after them.
So when they get deported, that's not the end.
Yeah, no. When they get deported, that's even the beginning of their trouble. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, because they start choking them right now. You know, that's what that guy that say Maybach, that went to buy that Maybach, is a criminal. That guy's a criminal that Nigerian government is looking for. You understand? Well, he went to South Africa, started flashing the money he stole in Nigeria, or the criminal activities he committed in Nigeria, and took that money to South Africa. You understand me? Is that money that he spent it there to buy how can somebody be buying Maybach for
and Kidola, what some Nigerians should do? I give you the Nigerians themselves have to report the criminals within their own community. Let's say in America here, if you guys have bad apples in your community, I believe you should self-report them to the authorities and tell them that they're not part of your community. Therefore, when they catch them, you have nothing to do with that. That would be
Yes,
that would
that's
be
why
one of
you
the best
see.
weapons,
Yeah,
because
that's what Afrodamus.
yeah,
That's what you're seeing. Even their own people is even speaking out now. Before
right,
you hardly hear an Igbo man say these things. You understand me? That big why? Because most Nigerians are getting tired. We start,
right,
not only the most Nigerians are not speaking out. We are not like this.
right,
Majority of Nigeria are very hardworking people. Majority of
mhm,
Nigeria don't even show their wealth. It was these
right,
few people who did get their wealth
mhm.
in a kind of in a way that this money is not really clean like that. The one who come out on social media. Look, person who read money. Why must you be flashing your wealth? How do you live? How can you drive? Your house. You understand me? In everything. There's one guy that asked me what am I doing, called Jonathan Miller. That one American guy. Hey, I live in Benin. You say you're from Benin. I say, yeah. What kind of job are you doing? I said, man, I'm into different things. He said, like what? I said, sometimes I sell houses. Sometimes he said, where? I say houses in Benin. If I could have bought it or afford it, I also do other things also. I said, mostly I work, which is not a shame. Sometimes I work under my wife. You understand? My wife work in a total oil company here. You understand me? Sometimes I work under her. You understand me? And that's I make money. It's said for a proof to show. I said just go to my Instagram. My Instagram, my personal house is not there, but it is house that sometimes I market for people. Some of them are built, some of them are bought, just kind of like renovated. They try to put in market. So okay, and I see. Why must you be showing what you live, what kind of car you drive? What is the interest of people knowing how do you survive?
Don't dox yourself.
Yeah, why must you be showing your wealth? For what? Who are you trying to impress? You get what I'm saying? Who are you trying to impress? You can do your business on social media, market your something, but you can see some of they will stand, policemen will go and be surrounding them. They will take the picture on social media. Right? These are their security. How did you make this money? So most Nigerians really don't really show their wealth. But is this criminal that, through like the way they call Hush Puppy? Hush Puppy was a criminal who was always in social media to get attention, to get attention, to get attention. Criminals in Nigeria, these criminals are always on social media because they want people to see that they are rich. They are rich. That's why this Igwe, some of them will say they are Igwe in Ghana, they'll come to social media by doing coronation. You understand me? Why people cannot sit in the living room and say, okay, you be our leader here. You be our mouthpiece without us bringing it on social media. That's what I'm trying to say. What happened in South Africa? I said, we're sorry, South Africa. This is not majority of Nigerians, but wherever you have the criminals there, you people can do whatever you people want, follow the rules if that's what you want to follow, or deport them back to Nigeria. You understand me? But I'm not criticizing South Africa for trying to deport illegal immigrants for their country. Is their right, is their full right, is their country. But what we just say, please, the way they put it on social media, the way they analyze other Africans, that's what we just try. That's what most Nigerians are talking about. We're not concerned about this criminal or that Maybach guy that is a thief. You understand me? They can deport that guy as they want to, even jail him 30 years there. So he will not see the sunlight.
Right.
Well, they're gonna deport him. But guys, I'm about to close it. I mean, it's late over here, but I'll definitely,
Good
make
morning,
sure
yeah. After that much,
I
it's
keep
a Sunday
coming.
here, man.
Yeah, because it's been a minute, so I gotta get back on the schedule
Yeah,
regularly because we got a lot of topics to cover.
and we gotta
Yeah, I was
work.
surprised. I was surprised you came up this morning, man. It's a Sunday here too, very early in the morning. I just wake up. I don't really go to church. I've never been to church
No,
for 30 years.
it's still it's Saturday over here at nighttime.
Oh, Saturday over there. It's a Sunday morning here, man.
Yeah.
I was just on TV. When you start growing up, that sleep don't really stay long in your mind because you're thinking a lot.
Right.
What next you have to do. So I'm just sitting down, just try to figure out what is my next step this morning, but but not into church.
Well, shout out to South Africa, for finally being being the big brother of Ghana and Nigeria.
Oh no, don't put that big brother of it. don't do that. I mean, that was don't bring that big brother to it. You can say shout out to them for what they're doing, but don't bring the big brother into it. They're okay. We'll put them like that. But I think all Africans should have what called equal voice at this moment now. Not like some people will be sitting in bricks from there using that power to oppress other African countries. I think all Africans should have equal power. I want Zimbabwe to bring back their white Zimbabweans. And that was a very big mistake, because once those people, they are citizens of that place, bring them back, pay them the money, pay them what they lost, and your country will be fit, because these people are far more well organized than people.
The Pan-Africans would be upset at that.
No, see, is the Pan-Africans feeding Zimbabwe now? No. Who's Pan-Africa ever helped? Just imagine. Do you know what happened in Burkina Faso? If that man was not so wise, do you know the Pan-Africanist people, they were trying to influence him, they were running towards there, but he didn't really consider them like that. He just said, look, I receive you people, I welcome your support, but I have a duty to do, and that duty is Burkina Faso. I'm not giving no free passport to nobody. I'm not giving no land to nobody. And they were shocked. That's why you see the Pan-Africanist people are not running there too much anymore. You understand me? He's just doing business, what's concerned Burkina Faso. And he will do anything to protect and do a lot, not by coming to give citizenship, give land, so-called fake lost causes.
These African countries need to stop with that BS. But we'll bring that topic as well.
Okay, bro.
People running all around the place talking about they want free land. I mean, like, we gotta cut out that BS too.
Yeah.
Any last words, gentlemen, before we leave?
Yeah, man, I was glad to be here, man. That was a great topic. And, I believe we should have this kind of conversation and have more Africans chime in, because, that's the only way we're going to move forward, as Africans. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you again, man.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, after that, let me give my last one. After that, Sir James, man, good seeing you, bro.
Me too, man.
Thank you for bringing this topic. I think you're on the free, you not really support each other. You just say what it is. You are a good journalism. You bring the topic out, and we talk. It's good we're talking about it,
Yeah.
And due to we all live in that West Africa. Most of our mind and the way we think compared to real South Africans like that. I hope one day, we live freely and try to develop West Africa more, so that our business will be far more flourishing among ourselves equally. No one benefiting for the other one more or something like that. I hope us to have like the other normal, zones or regions, so that we can do more better for ourselves. That's just all, man. I'm not a Pan-Africanist, but I'm somebody to, let's share the wealth equally, and if we have things to come together, we'll come together. If we have things not to come together, rules for individual regions, let's do it. Let's people take care for their territory. Thank you, bro.
And Ola, say hello to your big brother Ghana for us.
No, they're not. They're just a normal country that we try to make sure we tell them it's okay. You understand? We respect their laws and everything. And God bless them. You understand me? So that's all, bro. Yeah, but not big brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show. Feel free to leave your comments, and as you guys know, everyone is have the right to express their views here. Feel free to comment, tell us what you feel, and what you've seen in these videos. Hopefully, Nigeria have learned from this situation, and moving forward, they would deal with South Africa and other people fairly. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Lend thy ears to the Afridamers. Pay attention to the Afridamers. The true Saninke warrior. Naturalist his intelligence. As a true professor. Solution to brainwash diseases. Sit back, relax, and hear the wisdom. Afridamers will heal your minds. Sit back, reflect, you'll find no objection. Afridamers will clear your doubts here. Always log on to the Afridamers. Lend thy ears to the Afridamers. Is the truth and no doubt the Saninke warrior.